So this is a meeting about non-duality, liberation. Some people call it enlightenment. Liberation is a good word, I think. It's freedom. This is already freedom. There's no one. So that's freedom because there's no story. There's nothing trying to get better or what is lost. It's that it's not enough. When there's a story of me, there's always somewhere there's a feeling of this is not enough, it's not satisfying, it's maybe there's something wrong with me or with the world, or it needs healing or needs something else. And then there's hearing this, it's about there's no one. There's no one, and also everything is in appearance. So it's what it is. It's already freedom. It's already unconditional love. Walling, crossing, feelinging. How can you say that? And it's already. So there's no need to do anything. There can't be done anything because there's no one. That feeling, an idea that you can do everything, there's a free will or choice in life. It's a misunderstanding. There's no free will. There's also no choice. There's no one. And when there's no one, then everything is what it is. When there's me and I'm very convinced that I'm here and I have my life and everything is happening to me, circumstances are there happening to me, or there is my feelings or my thoughts maybe. And there seems to be something missing, something needing. I need something, need to be loved. And then the whole story is starting because there seems to be, oh, what can I do about that? Because there's something not right or I don't feel good. And then there's the story of me and trying to feel better about yourself, about your life and everything. And that can be a struggle. There can be moments it's all right, and then there's a struggle again. There's issues which seems not right yet. So there's always something going on. That's me. There's always something to look at, something to be busy with, something to heal. Always. There's always. And then there's hearing this message. Then there's nothing busy with anything. There's no one. So there can't be. And that's a longing. There can be a longing for that not being busy, for no me. So when there's that me going on, it's used to use everything you can, like thoughts or knowing or maybe practicing to get that no me. I also want no me anymore. I want that lost, something like that. But it's an embodied feeling. It's an embodied belief that there's no one, that there's someone. So then when there's that embodied belief, there's so many things you don't even, there's so many concepts, there's so many beliefs. A lot of them you don't even know they're concepts. Somebody was saying like, it's just a story about that the people like, woman, they have to clean the kitchen and to cook. And somebody was asking, but why the woman? And he said, yeah, that's nature. And then there was no discussion anymore. So a belief can be very strong and convincing, and it's that. And there's no doubt about that. And then suddenly in these meetings, there can be touching beliefs, shaking concepts. So they're not that strong anymore. And also something else going on because there's nothing. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, one moment. I'm sorry. I have to let in John again because there's something going on. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, one moment. I have John. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's in again. So that's the internet issue. Maybe that happens again. And I'm also already lost what I was saying. So this is everything. This is already everything. There's no inside, there's no outside, outside that room or that garden. There's this handing. That's everything. It's an appearance of everything what's glass of water. It's that. There's no meaning, there's no purpose, there's no time. When there's no time, there's also no before and no after. It's this. But there's nothing going on about a development or evolution or all that. There's no development. There is what is happening. So there are no relations between before and after. So there are no consequences either. And no consequences that huge because everything seems to happen because of this, because I did that, because somebody else did that, because some company did that. It's always feeling in a certain way because something else. There can be feelings, but they're not related. They're happening in space and there's no relations, there's no individuals, there's nothing solid. So everything is what it is, a feeling. It's singular. That's the freedom. There's nothing related from anything. There's no time or distance, then I'm doing from here to there. And in the story, everything goes on. The brain can still abstract, but it doesn't have any meaning. So that's the freedom. That's the liberation, you could say. But there's already this. There can be an idea of no, it isn't, and a belief that you don't get this or something like that. You don't need to get this. You don't need to understand this. It's already no one. So there's no need to change anything or do or any. You can't, even you can't. But in the same time, there's no need for that because everything what's going on, that face, how that's looking, that movement that seems to go, or anything, what's being said, is what's happening. There's nothing better than something else. So we can talk about this, and there can be questions, there can be sharings, or anything, an opinion maybe. And we'll see. You can also use the chat if you want, then you type what you want to say. Maybe there's nothing to say, then that's what's going on. We'll see. There's also no need to understand this. There's also no need to talk in non-duality language or things like that, or saying no I anymore or something like that. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters. It's already what is going on. So nothing matters. And in the story, it seems like, yeah, but there can be frustration and it feels like it matters because there's something lost and I want something else or something like that. They can be talking like that. It doesn't matter what the question is. It doesn't matter how it's put. If you don't know how to say it, then there's maybe a little bit of struggling. Then that's what's going on. There's nothing wrong with that too, of course.
Hello.
Hi. Hey,
Oh,
hi.
hello, Rosemary. Oh
Hello.
yeah, I have to speak in English.
Yeah.
Um, I just want to say to say. Um, it feels so. What I think about myself is, oh, you don't want to change. You're still repeating the same old shit again and again, like addiction. Like you're still depressed, a lot of fear, and also some good moments, but like, yeah, like I don't know what to do anymore, and I've no tools in my hand. Before it was, or I meditate, or I did a course in miracles, I did a lesson every day, and now it's like, I don't know, it's like, yeah, you know my story. I feel like a repetition of myself. And you know what I mean? I understand, like you speaking about heaven. That's how I imagine heaven, when there are no problems anymore.
But
And
there can be
yeah, I
heavy
can.
feelings. There can be
Yeah, yeah,
heavy feelings also.
but that I also understand.
Mm,
Um, like we are like, I'm closing. We are like an animal, and some animals have a good life, a nice boss, and other animals are like, they are worden either every day they get worden mishandled, mishandled.
abused.
Yeah, so
Abused.
it's like,
Yeah.
I'm
Mm,
not living in a war. Living in Amsterdam. Maar snap je? I don't know.
mhm.
It's the only hope I have when I'm on my deathbed. Maybe then it's over. I, it's
Yeah.
my fault, actually. It's my
Yeah,
fault.
but that's,
Yeah.
I think that that can be the belief that there's, when I'm here, there's always a coloring of everything. So there can be also the feeling like I did something wrong, or what can I do to make it right? Because that subtly also, maybe there's already that knowing that it's about everything and all that. But in the same time, there can be that not really wanting that feeling, or that feeling depressed, or any that, and it's not yours. So there is no we think we are able to change. There is no ability to change. There's
Oh,
no free will. So
that
that
is,
what's happening is not wrong, because but there can be that
yeah,
belief that that's wrong, and that's
yeah,
the misunderstanding, but
yeah,
it can be very strong, of course.
yeah. But that is, you cannot help me. Nobody can help me. It's like, when you say this, it's like, oh my God, it's unbearable. And of course,
Mhm.
sometimes
Mm.
there's an opening, like, oh my God, there's an opening. But like, I don't know,
There's
yeah.
no hope. That feeling, there's no hope. That can be that.
Yeah, because
Because there's always, subtly, there can be that feeling there's no hope. And then in this kind of media that's cut off, there's no hope. It's this. And then, "Ah, I don't want this," or it's too much, or all that. That can feel like that. And I don't know what's
mm,
going on, but that it is too much. That idea, that's the story. It's not too much or unbearable or all that. It's that feeling, is it? And on top of that, there's coming that story about a little bit a story like, oh, this is unbearable. Oh, this is too much. Oh, that's the story. That's me making it into something that's awful, or in a way. It's not awful, it's that feeling.
oh my God, yeah, okay.
Mm.
Mhm. For example, my sister is on medicine, and I know people who have depressions, and some are really, it's working, like they put some medicine and they can function. They feel better. She's feeling quite okay, but I cannot do that. Do you know what I do?
But
Some like,
it's, or it's happening, medicines, taking medicine or not.
yeah,
There's
yeah,
no
yeah,
decision. It's
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, that is the craziest thing I
Yeah.
ever heard. Like, I think, and then I stop, let somebody else talk. I think like, oh, you are so self-destructive. You don't even take medicine. I tried a long time
Mm.
ago and helped for 1 year. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's my own. You are so
Yeah.
self-destructive. I mean,
But
if I,
that's the
yeah,
story is
yeah,
always the suffering. That's
yeah,
the
yeah,
suffering,
yeah,
not so much the feelings on, but the story about that you're doing something
yeah,
wrong and it should be better and all that.
yeah, yeah,
That's such a curse.
yeah,
That me is that can be so convincing. And then hearing there's no one doing that.
that's,
It's what's happening. There can be taking medicine or not. It's not
yeah, yeah, yeah,
a decision. There's no deciding.
it's amazing.
Hmm.
It's, it's impossible. It's impossible.
It's not about understanding
Yeah,
either.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
impossible. Yeah, yeah. But it's funny, like people who still have these tools in their hand, they feel a little bit better. It's
But I
like,
think they have. It's an
yeah, yeah,
idea.
but
But that
even
can be
yeah,
very convincing, and the idea that it's going right because they
yeah,
did something
yeah, yeah,
themselves.
yeah.
Yeah, can be.
Hmm. But say this is say you are lying to me, yeah, so that it's then it's okay also. Do you know this mind tripper? I mean, it's
Yeah.
like
You're not
say
sure. You never
no,
be
I
sure. Why? Maybe.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
of course.
it's I mean, when I was a little girl, I believed in Santa Claus. Oh
Mm,
no, Santa Claus is not real. And
yeah.
now and then I believe in so much other things.
Mm, yeah.
And now this
Yeah.
crazy message for
And
blah
this is
blah.
not about believing, because
No,
when there's
yeah,
believing, what I'm saying is nothing.
yeah,
It's the loss. Sometimes there's a belief, and suddenly you think like, "Oh my God, how could I think that?" It's no, of course not. And
mm,
you can't explain why, but it can be suddenly like,
mm,
how? It's strange that I believe that. And
mm,
that it's that way. And sometimes it's not even noticed. Some beliefs are not that strong anymore, or some concepts. It's not even noticed. And
mm,
that can be freeing because that's so convincing and making it right or
mm.
wrong.
But it's also not understandable why some people get yeah, but it's all the same. I'm repeating myself. Same question, same
That
answer.
doesn't matter. It doesn't
Hundred
matter.
thousand subjects like
Mm.
why you have
Why
it.
me? Why me
Yeah,
like
and
this and
why
other
I'm
people like
still so.
it's always when there's me, there's always comparing. There's
Yeah,
always
yeah,
comparing about other people. They are more
yeah.
special or more this or less that or
Mm,
that's part of the me story because
mm,
that me is feeling this is not enough. I'm not good enough. There's something wrong or all that. It's colored, and then there's looking around and then it's confirming that whole story. So it's
mm,
the confirmation again.
mm.
But it's
That's
the
like.
coloring that's the misunderstanding.
Mhm,
That there's something wrong. That there's something wrong with that face, with how everything is going.
yeah,
No, it can't. It's
no
not
comp.
even someone. It's not a whole body which is solid and real and having a life. There's not having a life. There's that that talking can happen, or maybe sitting, or the wall.
Mm. But you are also a little tool for me now. Oh, I can do the
Well, you can
soothing.
think that or not. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, and
It
it
doesn't
doesn't matter. It's okay. Yeah.
because then everything seems wrong. Then you can't do that again, and it seems that everything you do. No, nothing
Everything
is
is
wrong.
wrong.
Doesn't matter.
Everything is
Then you
wrong. Yeah.
drink coffee to feel better. Yeah, doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm. If you finish talking, can you please mute yourself because the sound is so strong then otherwise. Yeah, thanks. Thanks.
Are you on holiday, Rose?
Yes, I'm in a holiday home, a small one, so there's not so much good internet, but I think now it's working. But it's near the sea. I'm, yeah.
I was thinking I have to shut up, nobody talks, because before it was like you have to be more quiet. Shh,
Mm,
shut up your mouth.
mm.
But
Oh
in
yeah.
this message, you can do anything. You can speak for 1 hour. Blah, blah. Why?
But it
Blah.
can be. There can be also saying me saying shut up.
I, why don't you do that to me? Yeah, okay.
Maybe I will.
Yeah, okay. I go. Thank you. So, so this is more jumping out of a plane without hoe noem je dat?
Parachute. Yeah.
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 Oh my.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
other people, they have still this, that pot, die hebben nog een, ja, als je dit
Yeah.
doet,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
dat
So an
fucking is
escape
zo.
Freefall.
mechanism. Yeah.
Ja, maar dat,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but that's how this is. There's no escape, and it's just
ja.
this, and there's no escape to make it into something else because we're so quick that me jumps on it and makes it into a nice message or I did it. I didn't do it very well, but next day, and then there's the whole story with that. And then that when that's not arising, it's that feeling full on like that. There's no escape. No. There's no knowing about tomorrow also. There is already. It's not special because it is already like that. But there can be that idea that it is different and then there will be hope and there's something you can do and all that. It's a misunderstanding. There's nothing that can do anything, but it can be so strong, and that gives a like kind of feeling of hope, or there will be some day, it will, tomorrow it will be better, something like that. But that's always confirming that there's this today or now, or how you say it, there's something wrong. So there's a need to make it right.
Yeah. Wow. But when you have a feeling of choice, like that's even not my choice, like shall I be uh, nice to my sister or shall I give her a clap in the face? I
Mm.
think it's my choice, but that even is not a
No,
my
there's no choice.
my choice. Yeah, yeah.
But look around when you're coming into a room, and there's not all the time thinking like, "Oh, shall I do this? Shall I do that? Shall I do this?" And no, it's coming. It's like that. Everybody knows. We have before. You think like, "Oh, I will do that and that and that," and you come into that room, and it's going in a different way. It's how can we believe
Wow.
there's choice? Yeah,
That's wow. That's
yeah.
fucking crazy.
That's
Woo.
freeing.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Mm.
And there's a chat. An homeopathic doctor told me a few years ago that the left and right brain are not connected. And last week, a friend was visiting me, and then he did something he with his hand on my head, and then I was thinking he's feeling that my two parts of the brain are not connected. Oh, there can be so many stories, and there can be that thought that is confirming or the remembering of that what happened before, and then thinking, yes, he was right because I sense it again. And the interpretation can be so strong and convincing. There's only that sensation of that hand. It's that, nothing more than that. And then the whole story with that. And there's all the story is most of the time it's about right and wrong, and this is better and this is worse, and I am doing not the right thing, but I can do something about it, and it's endless. And they're jumping from one story to another and one issue to another. So there's always something to do or not right yet. It's endless. And it's a misunderstanding. There's nothing. How can it be wrong? It's what it is. It's life. It's there's no one doing anything. So how can it be wrong? It's just what's happening. It's that. It's not even for someone. It's that feeling can be there, or maybe that talking. That's what's happening. It's neutral. This is not a belief. This is not a new way of living. It's not seeing, and not there's no one. How can we believe there's someone inside? That how do you know? Is that hand is like that, or talking? There's talking, and because we can understand what's being said, it seems like there's a content, and it seems like then there can be right and there can be wrong. That's speaking. This is not the truth or something like that. It's not saying the truth. There can be a resonance somewhere like, oh, and then it suddenly can be there. It's not you having a resonance. It's like that. It's energetic. Mm. It's so simple. It's so without any belief or concept, without any interpretation. It's only saying it's what it is. Not saying to everything what's happening, it's what it is, because that's the new way in these times. There's a lot of people saying, yeah, it's what it is. And then it's making worse thing a little bit better, like that. It's it's not even saying that. It's full on that what is happening. And it can be a strong feeling, but it's not happening to you. It's that feeling in space somewhere. Nothing is happening to you. There is no you. There is no life of you. There's no one existing. There's not no one needing to live your life or to make your life work or all that. That's so convincing in the story that I need money to do this and all that. And jumping on money or relations or lonely or being ill or anything. It's what it is. It's literally what it is. A hand, a glass of water. It's not even because we think like, oh, there's no one. So this body, there's no one inside. And maybe Rose has no one or is no one, something like that. No, there's no one existing. So there's no Rose. There's that face, there's talking, there's the computer, there's land, there's the table. It's singular. It's going nowhere. It doesn't have any meaning. And I suddenly, oh, uh, that's that's the stunning. And we're thinking we're looking for something to make we feel better. And how can I do that? And maybe exercise, being busy with that, making everything like real. And maybe there's something for me in it. And then suddenly that stops. There's not that being busy. And oh, and then there's something else too. Life is joy. There is look at little babies. It's just joy in a way. It's in a subtle way, and I can be really screaming, and in the same time, there's aliveness and joy in that. So that's already, but there can be that focus on what's my life and all that, and the problems has to be solved.
Hi, Rose.
Hello.
Yeah, this is so wonderful.
Oh,
But I think there are a lot of belief systems in this apparent world.
yeah.
Yeah, there was, a few weeks ago, there was a little girl from 2 years, and she was crying, and then I gave her a flower, and then she cheered up. And and later I thought, about the Buddhist teachings. They are thinking that when you do that, then you don't give the child the space to cry enough, and
Uh,
that they then start the imprints, blah blah blah. It's so
yeah,
amazing.
there's so many beliefs in what's right and what's wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
It just to happen by itself. It's just that. That's life. Can be there. There's so many interpretations why. And it can be in the right side, like, oh, I did something good, and also like, oh, I did something wrong. It's can be the same thing. Oh my God. Yeah.
yeah.
It's what happens. It's that flower. Yeah. Mm.
Thanks.
Mm. When there's a feeling, a lot of times it's like when there's a feeling like heavy or like that, there's trying to figure out why so we can do something about it to change it and to make it into something lighter or something like that. Because that feeling like, that's there's something going on, like that's not what I want. I want to feel free or happy or all that. And that's the me story is about feeling and that can be anything. It doesn't matter. Then there are a lot of interpretations about, oh, I have to stay with that feeling or all that. You can't. That can be like being like that or not. There's no one doing that. It's what is going on. There are a lot of thoughts and a lot of ideas about what's going on and what's right and what's wrong in that. That's so embodied, those ideas. There can be that feeling, maybe
Mhm.
the thoughts trying to change it. Yeah. So,
Yeah, but sometimes feelings are very, very strong. Like my sister had 6 psychosis.
mm,
That's not funny when you really think they are getting after. Do you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
then,
yeah, yeah.
then you cannot. Oh, then it was also snap je de inrichtingen,
Yeah.
de
But I don't,
ethical.
I'm not saying that
Yeah,
you stay with that. There can be
yeah,
having medicines of being with a doctor or anything, of course.
yeah, mm, yeah, yeah.
But there's nothing going on like, is this right? What's being, that seems that's being done. There can be going to the doctor, taking pills. I don't know. That it's not about right and wrong. It's about this is what's happening, and it's neutral. So it's not the life of someone. It's that what's happening. And what me it does is there's something, it's making it everything into like, oh, this is what's happening, and looking at it, and oh, this is right, this is wrong, it should be like that, you should do now this, or what is the best way, and all that, being busy with that. We think we have a free will and trying to escape, and that's what's going on. That seems like this is the heaven, only heaven, but it's everything. It's not only nice, it's like everything, so there's no escape. But it doesn't mean it's staying in that feeling. That can be going to the doctor, taking pills, I don't know, anything can happen. It's what's happening by itself. Everything is by itself, and so there's no one doing that. So that's it's life. It seems also like a story because we see everything in time, and in everything is solid. So it's happening in the story of someone in time, and there is no one. So that's already like, oh, and no time is even more like, oh God, no time. It's like no before and after. That's how we normally, everything is in time when there's a story. So this is completely out of that normal way of thinking. And it doesn't even need understanding or it being clear or all that. It's energetic. So when it's destroying concepts, it's not maybe not even noticed. It doesn't matter. You don't need to pay attention and like good hearing this or things like that. No. Also not that. Oh, it's a question. Is what seems to be happening empty? Everything is empty. Yeah. And at the same time, it's full. It's like pain. There's sensing pain, or not sensing pain, but the pain is there, or smell, or hearing. It's empty and full together. But it's not real. It's an appearance, which is empty. Crazy. You don't need to understand or anything. It doesn't matter. That suddenly there can be a something, and then suddenly it's like, oh, it's like that. It's suddenly obvious or not. So then that's what's happening. There's no, in that way, there's no difference. It's what is happening. Nothing wrong with anything. No, it can't be. All right, of course.
Was yesterday I met a woman in the shop, and we had a talk, and I did a new word, she did a new me. It was really nice to have a talk in the supermarket. But I don't know the English word. She was speaking about geest,
Spirit?
spirit,
Yeah.
yeah. But then I'm immediately thinking there is no spirit, and it's
There can be a belief for someone that they're spirits. Yeah, so what? Then that's the belief. Yeah, doesn't matter.
mhm,
There can be not agreeing, and maybe they're saying something or not saying something. Doesn't matter too.
yeah. Thanks.
Hmm.
Can I say something?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Maybe, but I praise. I don't know what to do anymore, and then they say no, there is.
Oh, wait, you're muted. I cannot hear you. Oh, yeah.
Sometimes I pray to God, like, please help me, help me. I don't know what to do. Like, and then I think, I make my, no, there is no God, but like this maybe loving, okay, please, God, help me. I don't know what to do. But then I think there is no God. So, but there is something. I don't know what it is. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's like I didn't make myself. I didn't. I cannot remember who I was before I came in this life and
But
where I thought
you didn't come
I
in
am.
this life. Even that is not something.
Yeah,
There can be that phase, and we assume that
yeah,
there's the whole body always there, and we have to take care of it and all that.
yeah,
That's already the misunderstanding. You don't need to take care. There's no need for anything. But there can be a lot of thoughts going on. They seems to have meaning, and yeah, that you have to listen to them, to speak to them, and it's going on. They are meaningless. Thoughts are only thoughts, but it can be very convincing. They don't have any power or anything. It's only
yeah,
energy.
yeah. But the energy has power, maybe.
Yeah, but there are thoughts,
Yeah,
and there's, but
okay.
it's not happening to you. There is no nor. There isn't.
Oh, that is. Yeah, that is was what I was before I came seemingly on this planet Earth. There is no Noah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
really longing for that's.
yeah.
Oh my God, I'm
And then
longing.
there came that idea and belief that was so embodied that there is
Yeah,
nor, and she
uh,
has to do things, and this is right and wrong. And then there's hearing this again, like, oh, but that never was you, nor that it's a misunderstanding. But that's so embodied, so it's not only like
yeah,
hearing it and then it's okay, but there can be a lot of thoughts
yeah,
about yeah, but and all that.
yeah.
But that's it's a survival system, so it tries to
Mm,
convince that it's very important. It
mhm,
doesn't have any power or importance at all, but it seems like it's really something.
mhm. That's amazing. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I want to blame somebody. I want
Oh,
to blame my parents, my
yeah.
sister,
Yeah,
God.
that's also gone. You can't blame anyone anymore. Not you, but also not something else.
Oh,
That's lost too
yeah,
then.
yeah.
Yeah.
But when somebody is like awful to me, yeah, like
Mm.
like somebody is not acting
Mm-hmm.
in a
Yeah.
very bad way to me, and I know I didn't
Mm-hmm.
do, then some people say, yeah, it's your karma. Well, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
not
It's
understandable.
explaining why.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
There's no explanation. There's that feeling can be there. There can be a feeling, or maybe thoughts can be there. That's
yeah.
everything. And then a thought can come and go,
Mhm,
and a feeling. But it's not in you. It feels like that's so convincing that it's feeling inside the body and it's yours and all that. The feeling is somewhere in space. The body isn't always there. So it's somewhere, that feeling, and then it comes and goes. There's no meaning to that.
mhm.
It's
It's
only that feeling. It's not
right.
related to anything. That's what the normal thing is. It's because of this, and that's time is so strong. The belief in time, and this is because of that, and the idea of something wrong and right. So that's the story. And when there's no time, there's no relation. Wow, that's amazing. No relation, no before or consequences or why or because of you or all that. So in that way, there's also no escape. There's that feeling, and you can't say, "Yeah, but it's because of you," and then it's going to that, and then, but that feeling is it for a while, can be there, and then there's something else going on. It's aliveness, a feeling, grass, smell. It's like we are like little babies. The smell is like, oh, a hand. It's like that. And we assume, yeah, because the brain is working, that there's a whole story and this is why and all that. It's so much an interpretation of what's going on. It's the same as that baby. It's like, oh, this and oh, a feeling. Oh, that feeling. Oh, crying. And it's gone. It's that. That's alive. It's without anything. It's just what is. That's the freedom.
But what is aliveness then?
Ah, doesn't I can't say that, but it's like
No,
everything.
yeah.
And it can
Yeah.
be strong and it can be subtle and a glass water and
So
it's
is
everything.
aliveness like God? We
You
call it
can
God?
say you can call it God, but for me, God has so many
Yeah.
ideas about what is going on, and then I won't use God because the interpretations of God are confusing, I think.
Hmm.
So I like to use more neutral words like
Hmm.
energy or aliveness or things like that. Aliveness can even also, because then it seems like when it's a stone, it's not alive. Yeah, I also mean stones. So it's everything. Somebody's in the chat, so relatable. Yeah, of course. Mm.
I have,
You're muted, You're muted, Nor.
yeah. So there is no global warming. I'm not busy with that, but
No. In the
because
story, there can be.
there
But
is
in the
no
story,
global warming.
yeah, but
There's
in the
no,
story, there's
yeah,
always a problem, and we have
yeah.
to make that right. That's how it's going. It jumps on the global warning or warming warning about time, about anything. It's always something. So you have to
But
work on something because there's something not right. It's about you or the world or anything.
yeah, ma,
That yeah.
but is there? Yeah, yeah. But
There
I
are
don't.
no also circumstances seems to be very real. There's nothing real. So
So
there's the interpretation of the story in time. Like there's all, yeah, before it was like this and now it's like that and all that. There are some people busy with that. So that seems like, oh, that's in the news and that information is the truth. And then we're busy with that as somebody else, and then there's something else going on. There's always about it's endless, the story about right and wrong. It's see, there is no world, but there's making a world like, oh, this is
yeah,
right and this is wrong
yeah,
and the
yeah,
opposites, and it's endless. It doesn't matter what circumstances there are. It's always the same story about you should do something or you didn't do enough. It's always the same. It in the personal way, in the global warming. It's everywhere. It's the same story, and you have to do it. And you don't do it, you're wrong. And then God, it's senseless. And this is completely out of the story. There is no world. There is no one. There's no one existing. There's only that what is happening. And it's very tiny and simple. A hand. It's so crazy because we are so busy with everything what is going on that sitting or a hand or the table seems very unimportant. But it's that too. It's already that. It's so close. You can't miss it. It's that what we're longing for. That emptiness, that no one, that ah, oh, It's, oh, it doesn't have any meaning, or it's a flower. Is that? Or a smell. Oh, and suddenly that's everything. That's unconditional love, what I was longing for.
Yeah, but also my friend had a lot of dog shit under his shoes. That is a
Yeah,
deep
it's
emotion
also
thing
duck
in the
shit.
house.
Yeah, of
Oh my
course.
God. And he said, no,
Yeah.
he was
Of
denying it. He said,
course.
no, it's not dog shit. It's
Yeah. Yeah.
earth.
Yeah, yeah,
Aarde.
yeah.
No, I said,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
dog shit.
Of course, it's that too.
Yeah.
And that smell. Oh,
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. Mm. Yes. Yeah.
Can you mute yourself, Nora, again?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, thanks. There's a chat. Sometimes there's talking of the dropping of me or awareness, but there never was awareness or me. There was awareness in me in the story. Yeah. But it's a dream. It's a dream that there's all that there's me and I can look at myself and I can be busy with what's going on. I have free will and choice. It's very convincing. It's not always there. Awareness is also not always there. There's can be walking and nothing going on. Because in the end, there's no dropping of me, because that seems like you do something about what's going on. There, it's more like that whole story about the interpretation and all the ideas and beliefs, and it just stops, and then oh, it's very literally and that there's no escape from anything. It's just that, and then it can be for a moment, and it can be longer, and then suddenly that and that's energetic that those thoughts can be there and that there's when there's still subtle me going on that idea it's very convincing and embodied then those thoughts seems to have meaning and they're sticky and then it seems like you can do something about something what's going on. There can be some situation, there can be a lot of times there's nothing going on and all that, and suddenly there's a situation which seems really important, or can be feelings but like fear and all that. And suddenly that me can come back, like trying to help you fix it or things like that. Can be. It's not really fixing and helping, but it's so convincing. It seemed like a lot of ideas about what can we do, and when I do that, and when he does that or she, then maybe it will be going better and all that. That's fear. Can be.
Yeah. But what I feel more and more that there are not many people, or almost no. I had one person I could talk about it, but she was in the crazy hospital. In Amsterdam, I cannot speak with anybody about this because it feels so. Yeah, snap je?
Hmm.
It's so. Maybe they are more advanced than me, but they all still believe in a reincarnation and a path and a God, and I don't know.
Yeah.
It
Most
feels,
people are like that. Yeah.
yeah, and maybe they are more in love. I don't know, but it feels so fucking lonely in a way that I.
Yeah, but I don't know what I don't know many people in that way, and they're talking with friends about anything, and I don't care. Then
Yeah,
she can talk about the mother, or she can talk about like I'm doing this with my fear, and then being busy with all that personal growing. Yeah, if you do, yeah, I don't
mm,
know. There
I.
can be, and there can be
Mm,
also walking and just enjoying
yes,
nature. I don't,
I,
yeah.
but I understand that, but my social life is like
Mm,
less and less and less and less. Like
mm,
there is not much over from my life, and then there's.
mm.
Oh yeah, I feel sorry for myself.
Yeah, but there's no my life.
Yeah,
And that's the crazy thing. That's or that there's a lot of loss going on. There can be. And there's
yeah.
still that belief that you are there in a way, you could say. And
Mm,
in the end, that's not even there's not even nor. It's that, or it's also that. It's only that sitting. So the intimacy is sitting. Is we are so busy also with like having friends or being lonely or having work or all that. It's that sitting is it. There's no need for anything else than that, or the floor, or that. It's that already. So it has nothing to do with relating with friends and all that. It's already that what is happening, is it? And that can be in some period, that when there's a lot of loss, there can be like a feeling like, oh my god, everything is lost and what's left and all that. That's the desert, you can say, like a desert, because that's feeling like, oh my god, I can't go into all those stories anymore. And then suddenly there's something else going on, like, oh, but it's that sitting too, or it's already so close. But we are so involved in the story of life, in I am here, that that you could say the final thing, but that can, you don't know, that's how it's going. That can take a long time, or it can come back and in the story. So everybody is different, but it's that desert that can be devastating, and like, oh my god. And me trying to get you back in a way, like, oh, wants to survive. So there's, in a way, you could say, like, everything is going on trying to get you back in the story of me. And in a way, that's lost, and a whole belief, a lot of beliefs are lost, and you can't go anymore. But there's not yet that everything. It's everything. It's not about me. It's there is no Rose, no Nor. There is everything. It's that. But suddenly it's there, and that can be for moments, and then suddenly it's like, oh, there's nothing to do with somebody else or the story.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, but I'm still addicted. I think I'm still addicted to my old child when I was my beliefs
Mm.
that I was naughty and I was a scapegoat and I will never do it right. So I have that belief. I think, and that's my story. I never will get it right because I'm a bad girl. My mother told me it was not
Mm.
that black and white. So I never will get this falling away from the head, from my head. Ja, dat denk ik dus. Het is het mijns. Dat
Yeah,
is
but that's
zo
that
diep.
when there's me, there's always a story
Ja,
about what happened and all that, and how you
ja,
should be and behaving and all that.
ja,
And there can be some moments that it's suddenly like, oh,
ja, ja,
yes, has
ja,
nothing to do with that. It's a misunderstanding, but you cannot understand that.
ja,
That
ja,
has
ja,
nothing to do
ja,
with that. But suddenly it's like, huh? It's
ja,
this. Oh,
ja.
it's that hand, or it's that
Mhm.
talking. It doesn't even need to understand, but only the talking is already it. It's that, oh, that sound is it. It can be anything. It can be a sound. You don't even know what it is. And it's like, oh God, that sound. It's just like that. Not even understanding or anything. It's not about knowing or understanding, or it's so close and simple. It's that sensation somewhere. Oh, it's that.
There was no addiction.
No, addiction can be in the story because we live in time and we think like, oh, it's again and again and again. But the strange thing is, it's new. It's never the same. But there can be an idea which is so, yeah, how do you say, com, that you can believe that very strongly.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. And there's always something going on, like this is right and this is bad and this is good, and it can be an addiction, that can be in money, in it's everywhere. And it jumps from this, and when there's that addiction thing, maybe it's not that strong anymore. It jumps on something else. It's like amazing how it can jump on something that seems like, oh, but I and you forget it was there, but you're so busy with that next thing. So it's endless. And then hearing, oh, it's not about anything. It has nothing to do with circumstances or with what's around. It has nothing to do with you. It's only what is happening. That's the whole story is out of the window.
Yeah. Yeah, then there was nothing to say anymore.
Can be. Or we can just chat about anything.
Yeah. Then it's just drinking coffee.
Yeah, it's just that. And it's meaningless. Well, so what? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Love you.
Oh, love you. Mm.
I wish it was all over.
It's all over. Okay.
Ik wou dat ik dood was. I wish I was
No, this is about that. In a way,
dead.
this is about death. But it's the death of the whole story of me.
Oh,
It's
fuck.
that the belief in that that's really important and we have to work it out and all that. No, just thoughts, beliefs. Yeah. So
Yeah, but I like more when I was sleeping this night and I was not there. I like that better than this state of mind.
And the
That's what
strange
I.
thing is, when there's me going on, there's always this is that I did feels better than something else of, and
Yeah,
that and that's the story of me. There's always
yeah.
comparing about something. And the strange thing is, when that's not going on, it's suddenly like, oh, there's nothing awful or something. It's different, but there's nothing going on. When there's comparing, there's always a feeling, oh, I want something else. I'm in the wrong queue. Oh, this is better than. And then suddenly it's like, oh,
Mm.
when that's, it's like, oh, it's different, but it's not better. It's crazy to hear that it's possible that it's not about this is better than that or I want something else. When that not that wanting something else is not arising, it's suddenly like, oh, it's only different. That's it.
Pray for me, please.
Oh.
That it will happen soon. Happen soon. Pray for me. Oh, thank you.
Chop, chop. Somebody's saying it's unconditional love, so it's that as well. Yeah, it's everything. And you can say that like that, but sometimes when there's something going on and it feels like, oh, or fear or so, and that whole construct is busy with everything. It doesn't feel as unconditional love because sometimes you have an idea that it's unconditional love is a feeling or something that you can, it's something. It's not something, it's everything. So, how can you describe unconditional love? You can't. It's everything. And it's strange to say that everything is unconditional love. How can you say that? Some people ask. I don't know. But it's like It is. Life is that. It doesn't have meaning. When we assume it has meaning and it goes somewhere and this is right and this is wrong, then you can't say unconditional love. But it's unconditional. There's no reason. There's no why. It's just what it is. It's a celebration of everything. Huh? Not for anyone. It's just what's happening.
Hi, Rose.
Hi. Hello.
Yes, isn't it because when you're convinced there's a me, then everything seems to be happening to me, and then some things are good, and then some things are a problem, and they shouldn't be there, like difficult life situation or the, it's everything because it's everything. But we're so used to right and wrong, and like I've been a bit poorly, and then it's fine. It's like, oh, there's no thought or that it's good or bad. It can be pain, but it's also nice to lie down in bed and you know but yeah, there can be a fight with what is.
Yeah.
But that's it as well, isn't it? The fight with what is, and being convinced I'm someone, and I've got a life, and I was born, and I will die. Or is it just the story is also an illusion? I don't know
But
if you.
that can be living in the story. There's nothing wrong with living in the story, but it's living in the story. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yeah. I
So
mean,
and it
yeah,
feels like uncomfortable or a struggle or different.
yes, yeah, yeah, yes,
Yeah.
yes. It's
When there's me, everything is happening to me, or there's something going on. I want to feel good in some way, and that's and then there's it's a divider, you could say, like it's right and wrong or better and worse or comparing or all that. It's looking at it and then comparing. When there's no looking at it, it's what it is. If you cannot do that. It's just that's impossible. There's no one then. When there's no one, there's also no looking at it or no awareness, you could say, or noticing what's going on. There can be arising thoughts about what's going on for a while. Yeah. Yeah. It's this already. It's a hand. It's a sound. It's smell. It's the air. It's everything. There's nothing what isn't it. And it's unconditional love because it's unconditional. There are no rules. There's nothing going on like how to behave or all that because there's no one. So it has nothing to do with behaving because it seems when there's someone, it seems like the body can behave in a certain way and there's a free will or choice. When there's no one, there's no free will or choice. There's what is happening, not happening to someone. There's table. We think that there's this body, this individual, and there's everything is happening to me or other persons, and there's a relation, and somewhere there's something lost. There's something gone wrong. So there's a drive. There's maybe a conscious, maybe not so much. It's like there's something going on. Like I have to make it right. I have my life, make my life work, and it's up to me to take care of everybody, my surroundings, my friends, or my body, and all that. There can be a lot of trouble because it isn't working and I'm failing. And it's all kind of circumstance. It can be circumstances like there's no work. There can be circumstances you're lost your golden medal in the Olympic Games because of something. It's endless. It's about failing. It's not enough. It's always the same story about I'm not enough or that is not enough. There's something going on. So it's this me is the story of being not good enough and trying to make it right. And there can be all kind of beliefs and doing how to do that. There's no one. There is already no one. So it's a misunderstanding, but it's so embodied, that idea that you are there and there's something gone wrong and I have to, there's something, I can do something about myself or about the world or about anything. There's no one. This is already unconditional love. It's everything. It doesn't matter what it is. It's singular. There's no time. It's that. And it's something else. It's the computer. It's there's hearing sound. There's sounds. There can be a misunderstanding. There's nothing wrong with a misunderstanding. It's a misunderstanding, but it's a misunderstanding. There can be a lot of beliefs and saying to everything, yeah, it's what it is, or that is also unconditional love. Of course, everything is unconditional love, but in that there can be also a misunderstanding and a belief that I'm here and I have to make my life work. That's also a misunderstanding. This is everything. It's a tabling. It's already that. There's no need for something else. It's already complete as it is. Thank you. Thank you. No.
Thank you.
Thank you.